Hi, I'm Carl Conrad and welcome back to our latest edition of Australian Immigration News after the long Easter break. Well, in Australia, even while trying to relax over Easter, you could not miss the debates about what to do with people who have failed in their asylum bids but refuse to return to their home country. The Department of Home Affairs Minister wants to turn them into criminals and slap them into jail for 5 years just for refusing to leave. Is that the best solution we can find? Making criminals of those who have lawfully worked hard in the community for years and years whilst on bridging visas? I don't think so. The Department of Home Affairs has more than enough power as it is. It is already an unaccountable monstrosity of a government department, and giving it the power to funnel people into the criminal justice system should be a concern to all Australian citizens. Whilst I can appreciate the Minister's goals, this is not how to achieve them. You never know what happens with state sponsorship requirements and how things can change without notice. On Wednesday, the New South Wales Government released dramatic changes to their 491 Pathway 1 requirements. Pathway 1 now only requires 6 months of working in your nominated occupation in regional New South Wales compared to the previous 12 months. Remember, Pathway 1 is where potential applicants can apply directly to the New South Wales Government if they feel they meet the sponsorship requirements. It seems that New South Wales is no longer receiving applications for Pathway 1, but they have more places to give out, hence the change in the reduction for the sponsorship requirement. It is surprising to see that overall the amount of people living in regional New South Wales and working in their nominated occupations must be relatively low for those looking for 491 visa sponsorship. So the question everyone will wonder for the future is, will New South Wales go back to the old days when they offered 491 sponsorship places to people who are living in regional New South Wales but not necessarily working in their nominated occupations? I guess this scenario may occur if the states and territories get their usual quotas for this coming financial year, but I think there's still pressure on from the federal government to ensure applicants are actually working in their nominated occupations. Stay tuned for further developments by watching this channel. Artificial intelligence programs and indeed robots are finding their way into all parts of society, and the Immigration Department seems to be no exception.
Johnny Five, you must wait here, huh? It's you stay here and there is nothing outside for you. It is very boring out there. Everything you need is right here, huh? I'll be back soon. But it is very boring out there. No import, huh? Boring.
Dubious. Hard to believe.
It may be only a matter of time before case officers are completely replaced. Well, it seems that a test run is now getting underway by using AI programs. A special law was passed in February not too long ago and largely went under the radar. This law allows using AI to assess particular student visa condition numbered 8208. In the instrument, it states the following. The purpose of this instrument is to allow for the use of computerized decision-making by determining that condition 8208 is part of the designated migration law. This enables the minister to arrange for the use of computer programs to make a decision, exercise a power, or comply with an obligation, or do anything else in relating to a decision, power, or obligation in relation to critical technology related study under condition 8208. Sounds a little scary, doesn't it? Recently, a special government committee has noted potential issues in how such computer programs can make decisions that involve ministerial discretion. The committee has asked the Home Affairs Minister a series of questions relating to how AI programs have the ability to make discretionary decisions which are meant to be based upon a complex assessment of all the facts presented by a visa holder or applicant. As yet, there's been no response provided. Indeed, the Minister seems ready to expand their use in the new 192 Pacific Engagement Visa. So are visa applicants ready to be assessed by a computer after they lodge their applications? No doubt having AI programs making decisions will be cheaper for governments to use, and of course no doubt the excuse of staff shortages will be used to justify their spread. But can AIs be better than human case officers? Well, yes, in many ways they could be. Recently we've seen some mean and terrible decisions that only a human being could inflict upon another. If we can get rid of those sort of problems, then great, I'm all for AIs. However, I would take a lot of convincing before I would feel comfortable with an AI program assessing compelling and compassionate circumstances. A brave new world is coming, and I would like to think I'll still be alive to see it. With the housing rental crisis reaching unbelievable levels, the focus is on the country's ability to build our way out of the problem. Such a debate naturally revolves around the need for more people to construct them, and this means bringing in more tradies from overseas. The media has been full of stories about this 90,000 tradie shortfall, and even more stories about where we can put them while they work hard to save families from living in tents around the country. Yesterday, Immigration Minister Andrew Giles showed he was trying to do something about this critical social issue. He announced the Department of Home Affairs will be making it easier for South Australia's employers to sponsor workers under the labour agreement stream of the 482 visa. The minister released on his website, up to 2,000 positions are being made available for regional employers outside of Adelaide, which will see more care workers, nurses and teachers for regional South Australian communities, filling local worker shortages. The government is offering to cut red tape for employers by streamlining several requirements. In addition, more jobs will be added to the list, including bricklayers and other construction workers. In Adelaide, the new agreement will make it easier for businesses to hire tech workers. We checked out the South Australian occupation list under the DAMA agreements, and the new occupations have yet to be added. It should be noted the work experience requirements are now lower than before, with applicants generally only needing 1 year of experience if they have an Australian qualification. For example, civil construction trades worker is an occupation on the South Australia DAMA list for any location in the state. The occupation requires just a Certificate 3. If that qualification is obtained in Australia, then only 1 year experience of at least 20 hours per week. Of course, there is always the difficulty with these labour agreements that you still need to find an employer to sponsor you using the 482 visa, which means a full-time job offer. There is nothing on the South Australian Government's website that we could easily find what the streamlined processes will be to assist employers to sign up under the DAMA Labour Agreement. We will let you know when we find out later, so stay tuned. Now it's time again to take a look at the processing times for the significant visas of interest. So sorry that we missed out on the March update figures. Astonishingly, the 189 visa is now down to 67 days from 12 months. That's such a huge reduction, I'm not sure I actually believe it. Or is it the case that they have nearly run out of visas to process? Given the shortage of 189 invitation rounds in the last year, that could be very possible. The 190 visa unfortunately has gone from 10 months to 11 months. The 491 visa has remained the same at 9 months. The 191 visa has crept up slightly to 83 days compared to 49 days. Overall though, I'm glad we're talking about a number of days and not a number of months. The 489 visa seems to be stubbornly stuck at 45 months, which makes me wonder if they're doing anything at all. The 887 visa processing has come down to 56 days, a bit less than 2 months, which is a good sign of improvement from the last 3 months. The 300 visa is disappointing, from 10 months now to 14 months, just when we thought maybe a turnaround for the better for that subclass was happening. The 309 visa is also disappointing, up from 11 months now 13 months. And partner visas in general taking a big hit, with the 820 visa is showing 11 months when it used to be 5 months. And those who have been waiting a long time for their 188A visas will be disappointed to see this has now jumped to 33 months. We'll keep you updated as the year progresses on all of these processing times. Dozens of Australian universities are frustrated with the Labor government's wrecking ball approach to the vocational and higher education sector. In fact, one article in the Sydney Morning Herald headlined, "Frankenstein's Bride. Student visa architect takes aim at Labor's uni's clampdown." Many years ago, this university ranking system was designed to aid student visa processing. However, now the ranking process is being used by the government as a tool to reduce the student visa intake, something it was never meant to be. The Pro-Vice Chancellor at Charles Sturt University, Mr. Mark Ferguson, who was involved in the original ranking system design, is quoted in the article as saying, "The risk rating system has morphed from its original intent into something that resembles Frankenstein's bride. It is no longer fit for purpose." And yes, that's exactly the way I feel when I first lay eyes on some of Claire O'Neill's creations. I'm sorry that I have not been able to reply to the comments lately due to the break, but I will do my best from now on. Remember, if you need help, we are always here to assist. You can book a consultation by visiting our website, or if it's urgent, just pick up the phone. Two delightful real people, Pat and Hay, are there to talk to. Remember to support the channel by sharing our video, and if you don't want to miss any of the changes, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. As always, take care out there, and I'll see you next time, so bye for now.